Hello and welcome back to Aphrodisia. I hope you're doing well today. Today we have a few piles here for you to pick from, A, B, or C, and we are going to be looking at what your person has realized about the situation. So close your eyes and connect with your higher self and ask for some guidance. When you're ready, open your eyes and pick a pile. If you need to, pause the video. But before we get started, please help support this channel by liking and subscribing and pressing the bell icon to be alerted on new videos. And the decks that I've used will be in the description box below. So for those of you who picked pile A, this is your reading. Your person has realized that in order to have a fulfilling relationship with anybody, they first need to fill their own cups, and they need to first love themselves and feel fulfilled within themselves and where they are in their lives at this point, and accept themselves and accept that, okay, this is what it is, and be grateful for what blessings are already available in front of them. I feel like they need to stop operating from a place of lack or from a place of seeing that they are not good enough. I see that they are working on opening up their heart chakra, but at the same time, this is also helping them to open up their throat chakra, not just their hearts. Their throat chakras are being opened up at this point in time, and they're going through a huge period of change. They're going through a transition period is what I'm feeling. All of the cards kind of point to the fact that they are taking time to do some rest and renewal, and as a result, I don't see that they will be moving towards you anytime soon, but they're thinking of making like a small gesture of a small offer of love towards you. But I think they first need to work on closing out their cycles, closing out the last chapter of this relationship, and really heal the past and heal the pain. If you look at this person over here, they're standing up. They're not pinned to the ground. They're starting to look towards this new horizon and to look towards the sun rising up again. And to this person's looking to start again. They are not, having tense words pinned to her back. She is kind of looking towards the horizon, looking towards the future and going like, you know what? Let's start again. And I think your person needs to stand up and step into that energy of let's try again. So they need to focus on closing out those last chapters. And I feel like this really coincides with them kind of looking at the Ace of Cups. They're looking at the Ace of Cups and this offer of love here and thinking, you know what, it's time to stand up and time to start again. And I really love this energy of okay, there's a completion. Let's have a new beginning. And this really also highlights the fact that they are thinking about having this new beginning with you. They are thinking about having a new beginning in love in particular. But in the meantime, what I'm feeling is the overarching energy for them is the fact that they're still going through a bit of a transformation phase. They're planning for the future, and they're trying to see what they want out of their lives and seeing whether you fit into that picture of how they envision their lives. And I feel like this requires a lot of solitude and a clarity over what they want. It feels like they need to know what exactly they want out of life so that they know where you stand in relation to what they want. I feel like they have this vision for the future, or they're trying to have this vision for the future. And I feel like they are really conflicted about whether you are going to be part of that future or not, because they are still guilty about how they have treated you in the past and how they have brushed you aside. And I see that they're going through this realization period where they're realizing that it's not right to go about doing things like the way they treated you is not right. This is not the right way. And I see that they're going through a huge rebirth in terms of loving themselves a lot more. Even so, I see that they're a bit insecure and they're afraid of coming towards you because they're afraid of any conflict that two of you might have, which will reignite the pain that they have gone through during the separation. This Ten of Swords will repeat itself again. They're really afraid of that. And so for many of you, this pile represents someone who's in separation from you and someone who's at a distance from you. And it may be someone who has a third-party situation or someone who's very hard to get to. It's like you might have to compete for their attention, and they might have a lot of other things on their plate at this point in time. And you may have to be a little bit more patient with this person as they're still going through a lot of transformations, and they're still trying to understand what is happening in their internal world and seeing whether you fit into the grand scheme of what they want out of life. You know what? I feel like this is a little bit unfair. Like, you're here waiting for them, knowing that they fit into like your life and into the grand scheme of how you envision your life to be, but this, like, they are not really seeing that for themselves. And I guess that's just life, but at the same time, it's really sad, and I really hope that this works out well for you. So to end off this reading, I wanted to pull some cards from Spirit to see if there are any messages from Spirit, whether any messages they have for you right now. And first, it's about positivity. Spirit wants you to stay positive despite what's been going on right now, like what has been going on, what's going on right now, and you know how long you have to wait in order for this new love beginning to start again. I feel like it's important that you stay grateful for the blessings that you already have instead of feeling like you're lacking a lot of things, and this feeling of lack may result in the fact that you may not be manifesting the things that you want to manifest in your life. I see that you're being asked to feel grateful for the tiny things, and this energy of gratitude is going to help propel you to manifest what you want into your life. And I feel like Spirit also wants you to know that this is a period where you're gaining a lot more clarity, and you're being asked to trust your instincts, as well as tap into the wisdom of the universe and your inner truth when it comes to what's happening in your situation, because things will be clearer when you find guidance internally instead of seeking guidance from outside of yourselves. So like, for example, if you kind of like seek guidance from like your mom or your friend who may have a biased view of what's going on, and because of what they have been through in the past, they may not see things in a very favorable light. So you kind of need to take a step back, go within, and connect with your higher self, connect with the universe, and that's where the truth is. So yeah, with that being said, that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye! So for those of you who picked pile B, this is your reading. First, I see that they are stepping into their divine masculine energy. They are stepping into their power a lot more, and I see that there is a lot of solar plexus, root chakra, and a lot of throat chakra healing is what I'm getting. And I see that there's a lot of mix of yin and yang, a lot of inner union happening for them at this point. And I see that the Emperor card showing up here shows that they understand that they are the divine masculine. And I think they finally understand that. It's been a really tough journey of them like questioning themselves, and like, I feel like they are working now with a clear goal to embody the divine masculine energy and to become the divine masculine. And I feel like a lot of people in this pile are closing out cycles and allowing for new cycles to open and start again for a lot of the people who you're thinking of, like for a lot of people whose person that you've picked this pile. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. But anyway, for a lot of you, this person is really closing out a lot of cycles. And I feel that they're ready to start again. And I see that there is a lot of new financial opportunities that are coming in for them, especially with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Queen of Wands there. They're really ramping up on, starting their own business, getting into a leadership position. They're really stepping into their divine masculine energy, and it's kind of fueling this success in their career and finances. I see that they have manifested all these opportunities for themselves, and they're realizing that they can manifest all these things, and they want like all these things that they have manifested. It's really pointing them to the fact that they are actually really powerful beings, and I see that they are kind of like understanding what this is all about, and understanding their power and their worth, and really understanding their divine masculine energy a lot better. And because of that, they're taking leadership positions, but they're also taking like the lead in their lives. They're no longer allowing other people to dictate what they want out of life, and instead they're really taking the reins. And I feel like this has resulted in a huge change in their financial situation, and it causes them to feel more stable in their internal world, and it really helps them to move forward into the future and to build any sort of relationship with anyone that they want in the future. And I see that this is really helping them. They are really letting go of a lot of past burdens, expectations that people have of them, and I see that there's a lot of releasing and a lot of putting down this baggage. Like they're no longer holding on to all this baggage anymore. They're just letting this scatter, and they're no longer going to hold on to that anymore. I feel like they are not going to repeat past mistakes because I think they have learned from the past. They have learned from these past mistakes of holding on to baggage and letting that influence their relationships. And this is really because of them going inward to do their introspection, and they have kind of embarked on this journey of self-realization, and they are now in this hermit energy. I feel like they're not with anybody at this point in time. So if your person is with a third party, you may need to pick another path, because I feel strongly that this person is very, very much alone and working on themselves. And I feel like they are like thinking about starting afresh with someone, and I feel like they want to move forward, but at the same time the universe is telling them not to move forward just yet, because they are still working on inner knowing and finding their inner truth and doing a lot of introspection at this point. And I see that they're going on this journey within, and they're finding a lot of wisdom within themselves, and this is really like connecting them with their higher selves a lot more. And because they're like their higher selves and them, they're really connected, and the more connected they are, it is helping them to move forward. But on the other hand, you have the ego striking here and going like, let's move forward quickly and move forward into this new union, rush everything. But at the same time, they know that if they're brash and if they act aggressively and they aggressively try to move forward or push their own agendas, it is not going to help them in any way. So they're really just letting the universe take the lead, and they really just let themselves be the leader in other areas which they can control, and let the universe take the lead on things that they cannot really control, and ask the universe to really help them manifest their goals for them. So to end of this reading, I asked for some messages from Spirit to see what they have to say to you regarding the connection. I mean, the universe, and Spirit has to say, not your person. And what the universe wants you to know is that you need to stop fearing being alone. You need to embrace this period of aloneness. There's a reason why you are in this period of aloneness and solitude, because there are still things that you need to learn. You may be thinking, you know what, I've learned everything. But I think you need to remember that you do not ever stop learning about anything, and there's always a purpose to this. Even though you may not see it right now, you may need to realize that there are some like tendencies that you have that causes you to settle for less, because you are afraid of being alone, and you're afraid of people thinking that you're unworthy of love, or you're just broken or something. And you're being asked to release this fear and to embrace your solitude. And that's when you can start finally attracting the blessings and the love that want to come into your life. And so in the meantime, as you're working on this loneliness, focus, like your counterpart, focus on looking towards healing financial issues. I see that you are being asked to like work on finances and career, and at the same time know that this is in the hands of the divine, but also do work on it. Put in the hard work. I'm seeing all these little bees over here, and bees are the metaphor for hard work and being busy and busying yourself trying to cultivate and manifest money into your life by, going out there looking for jobs, actively looking for jobs, or taking on more projects. Be busy and allow abundance to come into your life and let it flow naturally into your life. Or you could just like go and spend your time working in charities and allow that good deeds to kind of like return to you as good karma. And I feel like you need to allow whatever needs to happen, like to work itself out, and that you need to remember that you are co-creating with the universe on what you want. And this is something that means that you are aligned with your higher self and you are aligned with the universe. It is not just you and your demands and what you want out of life. It needs to kind of be in sync with the universe as well. So with that being said, that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye! So for those of you who picked pile C, this is your reading. I see that your person is really connecting with their higher selves, and they've really gone through a huge period of healing. Like the Temperance card, the High Priestess, they're both major arcana cards, and they're signaling very intense transitions for your person in terms of healing, in terms of them becoming the divine masculine or the divine feminine. I see that they are balancing their energies a lot more, and they are coming into alignment with their higher selves a lot more. And this is allowing them to understand what has been happening between the two of you and to bring balance into the situation. I see them balancing out their energies a lot more, and I think a lot of throat chakra is being healed, and there is a lot of learning to speak their truth and learning to speak the truth from their higher selves, because the crown chakra is really tingling for them and awakening at this point in time, and they're becoming more confident in their crown chakras and in their inner truth and in their inner knowing, and they're learning to speak up and learning to speak that. I see that there is a choice that they know that they have to make about this situation with you, and they are learning to take off the blindfold. So if you see over here, this woman is trying to take off her blindfolds, but the ego is over here trying to prevent her from doing so, but she's attempting to take them off, and it's like she is trying to see things, and I think your person is seeing the truth as they are opening up their third eye chakra a lot more. And like, they have been deceptive in the past about their feelings. There have been a lot of sneaky behavior, maybe like a third party situation going on. And I see that they realize now that this is not the best way to go about living life. I see that they know that, like, you know what? I feel like they know this entire time that the sneaky behavior is bad. But I think them becoming more aligned with themselves and healing, they realize that they need to change and they need to make amends. And I think that's the shift, and that's the most important part. It's like, yeah, you know that this is wrong, but you still continue to do it anyway. It doesn't make it any less wrong because you know that it's wrong, or any more wrong. It's more of like the action and the conscious choice to make a change in your behavior. And I feel like this is really essential. And I think in the past, they may not have been doing, they may not have been the best person, like a best counterpart to you. And they have not been giving and taking. They've been just taking and taking and taking from you. And they're now learning that it is essential for them to give and take in a relationship. And I see that they want to have a new beginning with you. And they're very enthusiastic and hopeful for this new beginning, but I know that I think they know that they need to come into balance first. They need to align themselves a lot more first, and they need for a lot more cycles to end before anything happens between the two of you. I see that they are in a very youthful energy, like they have done a lot of healing and it has lightened up their energy, and I feel like you feel that change, that lightness coming up from them, and they really are feeling very light, and they are feeling very confident, very in their power, ready to say what they want. But they, at the same time, know that they need to resolve a lot of other things first, and it is important that they do so. So, yeah, it's a very hopeful reading, but at the same time, you need to trust that everything's working out for you. So I pulled some cards to end off this reading to see what the universe wants to say to you about this situation. And what I'm getting is that you need to focus on your health, and you need to focus on keeping yourself healthy. I feel like many of you are not drinking enough water and not sleeping enough, not eating right. You are not exercising enough. You need to start taking care of your body, because your body is supposed to be the temple for your soul, and it's going to stick with you for the next 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of your life. And you need to remember that this is something that is necessary. This is also a sign that you're starting to love yourself as well, because like when you start taking care of your body, you start unconsciously signaling to yourself that you're worthy of being taken care of, and your body's worthy of being taken care of. And you know, you need to stop, like, you need to start thinking about physical and mental health and taking it seriously, and making sure that it's the wellness aspect of your physical and mental wellness is really tip top in good condition. And like, one of the ways that you can work on on your mental health is through working through this energy or this feeling of despair. Right now, you may not be going through the best times, and I see that you're really in a low place, but you need to realize that the divine is interceding on your behalf, and there is a lot of change happening for you. You need to remember that darkness is not going to last forever. There is a study that actually talked about how people actually believe that when you're sad, it can last forever. It feels like it's going to last forever. But when you're happy, you never have those moments like, oh wow, it's going to last forever. So you need to kind of shift that perspective and realize that, you know, like everything in life, there are cycles, and there are ups and there are downs. And sometimes it's an up day, and sometimes it's a down day, and you need to be okay with that. Like life will have moments of huge loss and despair and sadness, and life also brings you a lot of joy and happiness, and you go through life like that, and that is what makes you human. This is a human experience, and the universe wants you to know that they have a plan for you. Even though they may not show you what this plan is, you need to trust and know that things are going to get better, and to understand that despair is not a permanent thing. It's not a permanent phase in your life. It will get better. So with that being said, that's all the messages that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this resonates with your situation, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye!